All right, everyone, welcome back as we are at the half. Indiana in front of Miami 10-0 after 30 minutes in this college football playoff national championship game. Let's run down the stats from the first half in this game. Indiana 169 yards of offense. They held Miami to 69 in that first half. 11 first downs for the Hoosiers. Miami held to just 3 first downs in that first half. Miami 0 for 6 on third down conversions. Indiana 4 for 7. Indiana had the ball for 18 minutes in that first half to Miami's 12 minutes. Turnover-free first half. 3 penalties called against the Hurricanes for 26 yards. Indiana penalized twice for 15 yards. Individual numbers from that first half. Starting with Indiana, Fernando Mendoza in that first half, 12 of 17 passing for 116 yards. Those 12 completions went to 5 different receivers. Leading receiver in that first half, Omar Cooper Jr., 3 catches for 39 yards. Elijah Surratt, 3 catches, 28 yards. 2 catches for 27 yards for Charlie Becker, 2 catches for 17 yards for Riley Nowakowski, and Roman Hemby with 2 catches for 5 yards. Running the ball, Kalon Black rushed it 7 times for 43 yards in the first half. Roman Hemby, 9 carries, just 7 yards in that first half. Riley Nowakowski had 1 rush for 1 yard, but it was the touchdown run. And Fernando Mendoza has 2 yards rushing on his 1 attempt. For Miami, Carson Beck just 6 of 10 for 49 yards in that first half passing the ball. Went to 3 different receivers. Malachi Toney, 3 catches for 11 yards. CJ Daniels, 2 catches, 32 yards. Keelan Marion, 1 catch for 6 yards. Running the ball, not much there either for Miami. Mark Fletcher Jr., 9 carries for 26 yards. As Miami held to 69 first half yards in the first half and trailing 10-0. And Indiana will have the football to start half number 2. Miami needing to come up with a defensive stop here to open the second half. And half number 2 just about set to get underway. Fernando Mendoza beaten up a little bit there in that first half. Miami to kick the ball off to Indiana to start the second half. And here we go, second half underway. And this will be a touchback, and Indiana will get it from the 25-yard line to open half number 2. So out comes Fernando Mendoza and that Hoosier offense to open half number 2. And here's a carry on first down that's going nowhere. It'll be a no gain for Kalon Black, bringing up second down and 10 for Indiana. 2nd and 10. Mendoza in trouble and sacked. A big sack for the Miami defense. And it'll be 3rd and long coming up for Indiana. Akeem Messador on the sack for Miami, the senior out of Ottawa, Canada. Third down and 17, back at the 18. Mendoza will just hand it off on 3rd and 17, and Kalon Black will be stopped after a gain of 5. There is a flag that comes in. And the face mask against Miami, that will carry a first down for Indiana. So on first down, here's a handoff. This will be a gain of only 1 up to the 39, bringing up 2nd down and 9. On 2nd and 9, Mendoza throwing down the field and incomplete, and it'll be 3rd down and 9. Good coverage again by Miami. Indiana 4 for 8 on 3rd downs. Mendoza in trouble, sacked again, back at the 31. And again, the Miami defense. And this time there's no flag to prolong the drive. And the Hurricanes will get the ball. Mitch McCarthy on to punt for Indiana. And fielded at the 20 and returnable across the 25-30. Malachi Toney to the 35 and out of bounds at the 37. And that's where Miami will start their first drive of the second half. Needing to get their offense going, down 10-0. But still in this game. So 11:52 to play in the third quarter. The Hurricanes will get their first possession of the second half. Miami trying to get their offense going somehow, some way against this Indiana defense that has held Miami to 69 yards of offense in that first half. So out of the timeout. First down, Hurricanes. Beck, first offensive snap of the second half. The throw is a completion up to the 43-yard line. That's Malachi Toney again with the catch. And a gain of 5, bringing up second down and 5. Carson Beck now 7 of 11 for 54 yards. Second and 5 for the Hurricanes. Handoff on second down. This will be a first down and more, and Fletcher is gone. Touchdown, Miami, and the Hurricanes are right back in this football game. 57 yards on the touchdown run for Fletcher. And the biggest offensive play of the night for Miami gets them back in the game. Boy, that didn't take long. Extra point is good, and we've got a 3-point game thanks to a 57-yard touchdown run for Mark Fletcher. Boy, he had a hole, and he never looked back. Two plays, 62 yards in 46 seconds to get Miami right back in this thing at 10-7 with 11:06 to play in the third quarter. Well, that's a quick momentum shifter here in the second half. A Miami offense that did nothing in the first half almost picked up as many yards on those two plays as they had all first half. And we have got ourselves a 3-point game. On that one run, Mark Fletcher now is up to 83 yards rushing. And this touchdown for the Hurricanes. So now can Indiana respond after Miami with a quick strike here in the third quarter? It was a matter of time. You didn't figure the Miami offense would continue to struggle. You figured they'd find an offensive rhythm eventually, and it took one big run for Mark Fletcher of 57 yards. And the Hurricane fans are loud once again. Miami to kick this off to Indiana. Brand new ball game, 4 minutes into the third quarter. And a touchback. The Hoosiers will get it at the 25. So now the Hoosiers needing to respond on offense. Miami fans right back in this game. First down, Indiana at the 25. Mendoza takes the snap. It's a handoff to Hemby. Hemby right side with running room. Hemby across the 35 and down to the 40. 15 yards for Roman Hemby and an Indiana first down. First down, Hoosiers at the 40. Cooper in motion. Mendoza another handoff, and this will be Hemby again, and he will pick up 4 more up to the 44-yard line, setting up second down and 6. Second and 6, 5 minutes into this third quarter. Mendoza, high snap. Again, the give to Hemby, his third straight run on this drive. And he will pick up 3 more up to the 47. And Indiana will have a third down and 3 coming up. Moten goes to the sideline, limping a little bit. Third down and 3 for Indiana. Football at the 47. Hoosiers 4 for 9 on third down conversions tonight. Mendoza takes the shotgun snap. Mendoza throws to an open receiver. It was bobbled, and Surratt able to make the catch. Now he couldn't hang on. Incomplete. Surratt couldn't hang on, and the Hoosiers are going to have to punt this football. Boy, that was okay. You can tell he took his eye off of it before he had it. Like he tried to run before he had the ball. And more times than not, that's what happens. So the Hoosiers have to punt this football back to Miami as Mitch McCarthy gets the punt away. Fair catch at the 11-yard line, and that's where the Hurricanes will start this next drive with 9:02 remaining in the third quarter. 10-7 Indiana. And you sense a momentum change that just shifted with that Fletcher touchdown and then the Miami defense forcing an Indiana punt. Now, can Miami keep that momentum going on their second straight offensive drive here? Miami will be backed up on this next drive. They're starting this next drive at their own 11. A Mark Fletcher 57-yard touchdown run in this third quarter has gotten the Hurricanes back in this. And they have the football back after holding Indiana on the last drive. So when we come out of this media timeout, the Hurricanes will have a 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. 12-yard line is where they're going to mark it. Miami looking for national title number 6. Their first in the college football playoff era. First since 2001. First down at the 12 with 9:02 to play in the third quarter. Beck will hand it off to Fletcher again on first down. This time, Fletcher is stuffed right at the line of scrimmage by the Indiana defense. And it'll be 2nd down and 10. They will give Fletcher a yard on that, so 2nd down and 9 at the 13. Beck throws left side, passes low for Malachi Tony, and he can't reel it in. Incomplete. And now 3rd down and 9. Miami still looking for their first 3rd down conversion in this game. They are 0 for 6. They're going to need 9 on this one. Out of the gun. Beck throws, pass, dry and incomplete. Good defense again for Indiana, and Miami 3 and out. Jamari Sharp with the defensive play for Indiana there. And here's the punt, and it's a good one. It's going to go out of bounds around the 42, 43-yard line. That's where the Hoosiers will start this next drive at the 8:09 mark of the 3rd quarter. So Indiana defense holds firm there, and they still are up by 3. First down, Indiana at the 43-yard line. Mendoza in trouble, and he is going to be sacked again. Back at the 34. Ahim Mesidor again on the play and the sack of Mendoza. Loss of 8. 2nd down and 18 at the 35. It's a handoff to Kalon Black, and Black will get up to the 42-yard line near the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and 11 for Indiana. Third and 11 at the 42. 6:45 and counting left, 3rd quarter. Mendoza takes the snap with 2 on the play clock. Mendoza throws left side, incomplete. Sarad wants a flag, but none coming. And Indiana will have to punt the football. But that was again O.J. Frederique Jr. on the coverage for Miami. He's been active defensively tonight for the Hurricanes. And here's the punt. It's a doozy. Backtracking all the way back to the 5-yard line and will be dropped at the 7. Great special teams coverage for Indiana. And Miami is backed up inside their 10. With 6:24 to go in the 3rd. 10-7 Hoosiers. So back will come Carson Beck and that Miami offense. So Miami will have to start this drive from really backed up at their own 7. .624 remaining in the third quarter. Been a defensive struggle tonight. As both defenses have been up to the challenge tonight. Indiana held to just 11 yards so far here in the second half. First down for Miami at the 7 as we resume out of the timeout. Beck with the handoff to Fletcher, and Fletcher will be brought down to the 10 at the now to the 11. Gain of 4 for Fletcher brings up second down and 6. Fletcher now 87 yards on 12 carries. Beck, and knocked away, incomplete. Third down for Miami. Third and 6 for the Hurricanes. Still looking for their first third down conversion. They're 0 for 7. Beck throws, pass caught, but Tony's going to be short of the first down by a couple of yards. And now it'll be fourth down. You're at your own 15-yard line. There's no way you go for this, is there? So it looks like they're going to give him forward progress at the 16. So you're looking at 4th and 1. There's no way you go for this at your own 16-yard line. I don't think. No, Miami does have the punt team out. And it's blocked! And Indiana's going to get a touchdown on a block punt. A block punt recovery in the end zone for an Indiana touchdown. Wow. The momentum shifted to Miami on that long touchdown run earlier in the quarter by Fletcher. The momentum has shifted right back. The play on special teams for Indiana. And the extra point to go back up 10 is up and off the upright and through. 17-7 Indiana with 5:04 to play in the third. I didn't even see who that was that got that block. Oh, it was... That was Kamara. That was Kamara that blocked the punt. Wow. So it's back to a 10-point lead for Indiana. Isaiah Jones recovered that block punt in the end zone for the touchdown. And here's the kickoff. Taken at the 4, across the 15, and drop shy. And another good special teams play for Indiana, as Miami finds themselves back in a 10-point hole again with 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Kickoff return was brought back shy of the 20 at the 19, so first down for Miami. Blitz coming for Indiana. Beck looking for room. Pass is caught by Fletcher, and Fletcher will be brought down at the 27. That's a gain of 8, bringing up second down and 2 for the Hurricanes. And this time it's a handoff to Fletcher. First down, Fletcher across the 35 and down at the 37. That's a 10-yard pickup for Fletcher and a Miami first down. Hurricanes looking to respond again. Curt Cignetti thought there was a hold. First down, Miami. Fletcher getting a breather on the sideline for this play. Beck to throw it. And incomplete. It was caught momentarily, but then a big hit delivered by D'Angelo Pons. It'll be second down. Alex Bauman was the intended receiver. He had it for a second before the hit that was delivered by D'Angelo Pons. Wow. Second and 10 for Miami at the 37. Handoff on second down to the 41-yard line. This will be a gain of 4. Setting up third down and 6 for Miami. Just the second carry of the game for Jarmar Brown. As we're down to 3.5 minutes and counting to go in the third. Miami 0 for 8 on third down conversions. They need 6 on this one. Beck looking. Beck still looking. Now going to his right. And now we'll throw it down the middle of the field, and it's caught. First down, Miami at the 35. Beck kept buying time, and found his receiver, C.J. Daniels, at the Indiana 35. The first third down conversion of the night for Miami. First down, Hurricanes. Short pass is caught. And right after the catch, the knee hit down. So it'll be second down for Miami. Gain of only a yard. Yep. Second and 9 from the 34. Miami all of a sudden nearing the 200-yard of offense mark. Malachi Toney on a screen. Toney inside the 20 and down at the 12-yard line. Malachi Toney with a 22-yard reception, and Miami marching down the field trying to answer that Indiana block punt touchdown. First down, Hurricanes. Final minute, third quarter. Football sitting right at the 12. Handoff to Fletcher. Fletcher inside the 10 to the 9. Gain of 3 brings up second down and 7. Hurricanes will have to snap it one more time in the third quarter. Play clock about 6 seconds ahead of the game clock. This will be the 9th play of the drive. It's another handoff to Fletcher. Fletcher inside the 5 to the 3, setting up 3rd and 1. And that will end quarter number 3. We head to the 4th. Miami will have a 3rd and 1 at the 3-yard line, trailing by 10, but on the verge of getting on the board here to bring this back to a one-score game. An exciting 15 minutes to decide the national championship. 17-7 Indiana after 3. Taking a look at the stats after 3 quarters of play. Hoosiers, actually, believe it or not, have now been outgained by Miami, 219 to 180. Hoosiers have still had the ball for about 5 minutes longer than Miami. Hoosiers 25 minutes, Miami 20 minutes. Miami been penalized 4 times for 41 yards. Indiana 2 times for 15 yards. Fernando Mendoza tonight, 12 out of 20, 116 yards passing. He's found 5 different receivers tonight. Omar Cooper Jr., 3 catches, 39 yards. Elijah Surratt, 3 catches, 28 yards. 2 catches, 27 yards for Charlie Becker. 2 catches for 17 yards for Riley Nowakowski. Roman Hemby, 2 catches for 5 yards. Running the ball, Kaylon Black, 10 carries, 54 yards. Roman Hemby, 13 carries, 30 yards. Riley Nowakowski, 1 rush for that touchdown for Indiana. For Miami, Carson Beck, 12 of 20, 115 yards. His 12 completions have went to 5 different receivers. Malachi Toney, 6 catches, 44 yards. CJ Daniels, 3 catches, 56 yards. 1 catch apiece for Mark Fletcher Jr., Keelan Marion, and Joshua Moore. Running the ball for Miami, Mark Fletcher, 15 carries, 106 yards. Charmar Browns rushed it 3 times for 5 yards. It's been a turnover-free game, been a pretty clean game. And a great job by this officiating crew. They have let these players play tonight. Only 6 penalties through 3 quarters for a championship game. That's very good. As we are set to begin the 4th, Miami has a 3rd and 1 from the Indiana 3-yard line. Third and a yard. Back with the handoff to Fletcher. Fletcher walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. Touchdown number 2 tonight for Mark Fletcher. And Miami right back in it again on the first play of the 4th quarter. A 10-play, 81-yard drive. That took just over 5 minutes. Extra point is good, and we've got a 3-point game. 3 seconds into the 4th quarter. So a great answer for Miami after the Indiana block punt touchdown. Mark Fletcher, 109 yards on the ground tonight, now 2 touchdowns. And it is now 17-14 Indiana. This is the one thing I wanted to see in this championship game was a close game. I did not want to see a blowout either way. And we are definitely getting that. 2 phenomenal football teams coached by 2 phenomenal head coaches. And here's the kickoff. This will be a touchback. Indiana will get it at the 25. Unfamiliar territory for Indiana in the playoff. They have not had a close game yet. Miami just had one in the semifinals against Ole Miss. First down, Indiana at the 25. Handoff on first down up the middle, and this will be only a gain of a couple on first down. It will be 2nd down and 8. Kalon Black got that carry for Indiana. Second and 8 for the Hoosiers. From the 27. Mendoza, another handoff. This is Black. He'll have a first down across the 40 to the 41. Kalon Black with a big gainer there and moves the chains for Indiana. Kalon Black now up to 69 yards on the ground tonight. First down at the 40. And that pass knocked away, incomplete. Great play defensively for Miami. That was going to Omar Cooper Jr. But Ethan O'Connor with a great defensive play for Miami to knock that ball away. 2nd and 10. Mendoza yet to complete a pass here in the second half. Now there's a screen pass. He's got one there to Omar Cooper Jr., and he's got a first down into Miami territory and out of bounds at the 42-yard line. That screen pass to Cooper goes for 18. First down, Indiana at the 42 of Miami. Mendoza will keep it himself, and he'll pick up a yard to the 41. That'll bring up 2nd down and 9. Second and 9 from the 41. Hand off to Hemby this time, and Hemby will get to the 37. 3rd down and 5 coming up for Indiana. Down to 12 minutes and counting here in the 4th. Third down and 5. Is this 4-down territory? They're kind of in that no man's land area. It'd be a 55-yard field goal if they don't gain another yard. Mendoza throws downfield and incomplete. Overshot Omar Cooper Jr. And now what do you do if you're Indiana on 4th and 5? Fourth and 5 from the Miami 37. Mendoza staying out there. Indiana looks like they're going to go for it on 4th and 5. And now Curt Cignetti's going to take a timeout. His first timeout of the second half with 11:28 to go. 4th and 5 for Indiana. Football at the Miami 37. Will the Hoosiers go for it? Will they try a long 55-yard field goal? Indiana's been held to 26 yards in this second half by the Miami defense. Indiana does have this touchdown in the second half on that block punt for a touchdown. This sucker is going to be going down to the wire. Fourth and 5 for Indiana at the 37 of Miami when we resume out of this timeout. So here we go. Set to resume out of the timeout. First timeout called by Indiana here in the second half. Indiana does keep the offense on the field. They need 5 yards. On 4th and 5, Mendoza throws right side, and it is caught by Charlie Becker. A 4th down conversion for Indiana. Wow. That was behind him, and Becker adjusted to make the catch. The drive stays alive for Indiana. First down at the 18. This is a handoff up the middle to Black, and Black will get 5 yards inside the 15 to the 13. A huge 3rd down conversion for Indiana, or 4th down conversion, rather, for Indiana. Hoosiers definitely in field goal range. That would push the lead to 6, but they're thinking more. They want a touchdown to make this a 2-score game again. They mark Black down at the 14, so 2nd down and 6. Black again on the carry. And Black will get a couple up to the 12, setting up 3rd down and 4 now for Indiana as we tick under 10 minutes here in the 4th. 3rd down and 5. Mendoza looking, end zone too high, and it looks like Indiana will have to settle for a field goal try to push the lead to 6. Fourth down and 5. Hoosiers are going to call their second timeout. So they're down to 1 timeout left for the final 9:27 of the fourth quarter. You kick the field goal here and go up 6, it would force Miami to need a touchdown instead of a field goal to tie you. Mendoza's coming back out onto the field. This will be the 12th play of the drive, and it looks like Indiana's going to go for it on 4th and 5. Passing on a chip shot field goal. I say chip shot, it'd be a 31-yarder. Mendoza on 4th and 5. They converted their last 4th down. They convert again. Mendoza, touchdown, Indiana. Oh. Miami had him down at about the 4, but Mendoza bounced off a couple tacklers and ran it in. Indiana back up 2 scores again. A 12-play, 75-yard drive. Extra point is good, and the lead is back to 10. Mendoza from 12 yards out. Runs it in. Drive that took 5 minutes, 39 seconds. Hoosiers back up 10. So Miami, for the 3rd time in this game, finds themselves in a 10-point hole. But this time's starting to become a factor. 9:18 remaining. And Miami will need to score twice, of course. Two 4th down conversions on that drive for the Hoosiers. Every time Miami's gotten this game down to a field goal, Indiana has had an answer. Hoosiers getting set to kick this ball off to Miami. Indiana kicks it away. Ball taken at the 2, across the 10, 15, 20, and that's as far as it goes, 20-yard line, and that's where Miami will start the next drive. There's a flag that comes in. This is our first flag of the second half. It's a hold on Miami on the return, so that's going to back them up inside the 15. So it's first down Miami after the penalty. Hurricanes actually backed up inside the 10. They're going to start at the 9 on this drive. Beck fakes the handoff. Beck looking, throws over the middle. Pass is caught by Malachi Toney, and Toney will pick up 9 yards up to the 18, setting up 2nd and 1 for Miami. Handoff, this will be a first down for Miami up to the 20-yard line, so that'll move the chains. Mark Fletcher again on the carry. First down, Hurricanes at the 20. Approaching 8 minutes to play. Beck looking. Beck still looking. Beck throws it deep down the field, too high, incomplete. Keelan Marion, the intended receiver that time for Miami. Second and 10. Beck throwing deep down the field, and that ball is that a catch? No, incomplete. It hit the ground. Marion almost made a spectacular catch for Miami, but it's 3rd down and 10. Yeah, that's incomplete. 3rd and 10 for the Hurricanes. 7:55 to go. And now we've got flags before the 3rd and 10 snap. And it'll make it 3rd and 15. Samson Okunlola guilty of the false start penalty there for Miami. Miami 2 for 10 on 3rd downs. They're going to need 15 on this to keep it alive. Beck throws, pass caught. 1st down Miami at the 37 on 3rd and 15. The gain is 22. Miami now hurrying up to the line here. Beck, throw caught. Malachi Toney, and Malachi Toney with a big gain. And inside the 25 goes Toney. 41 yards on the reception for Toney. First down Hurricanes at the 22. Toney nearing the 100-yard receiving mark. Beck looks. Beck throws short off the hands and incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10. That went right through the hands of Fletcher. Second and 10 for the Hurricanes. 6:44 remaining. Toney on the hand of Toney inside the 10. Malachi Toney, touchdown Miami. Malachi Toney brings Miami back within a score once again. That was a rushing touchdown for Toney. Eight-play, 91-yard drive that took just 2 minutes, 34 seconds. Extra point is good, and we are back to a 3-point game. Wow. Quite the ball game to decide the national champion. (24-21), 6:32 to go. So Miami getting set to kick back off to Indiana. Again, we have ourselves a 3-point game. 6.5 remaining. So can Miami get a defensive stop? Something they have not been able to do the 2 prior times. They had cut it to 3. Had a punt return touchdown, or a punt block for a touchdown, and then a touchdown run by Mendoza on the previous 2 drives to put Indiana back up 10 again. Miami to kick it off. Touchback, and the Hoosiers will get it at the 25. Indiana with only 1 timeout remaining. Miami still has all 3. As the Hurricanes have put up nearly 250 yards of offense in the second half after just 69 in the first half. First down, Indiana at the 25. Handoff on first down to Hemby, and Roman Hemby will be stopped after a gain of 3 to the 28. Brings up second down and 7. Second and 7 for Indiana from the 28. Down to 6 minutes remaining in the fourth. Mendoza. It's another handoff on second down to Hemby, and he's down to the 30, setting up a big third down now. 3rd down and 5 coming up. Third and 5 at the 30. Indiana 4 for 12 on third down conversions. They have not converted one in the second half. Mendoza rolling left. Mendoza throws, first down. Omar Cooper Jr. The first third down conversion of the second half for Indiana, and that's good for 14 on the third down pass to Omar Cooper Jr. Fifth catch of the evening for Cooper. First down at the 45. Handoff to Kalon Black, and Black up to midfield. That's a gain of 5, bringing up second down and 5 for Indiana. Black now at 80 yards rushing on 15 carries. The nerves by just about everyone in the crowd right now. 2nd and 5. We've ticked under 4 minutes to go. 2nd and 5 at midfield for Indiana. Handoff, and that's going to be a loss of a yard on 2nd and 5. And here comes another 3rd down for Indiana. Actually, a loss of 2 back to the 48, so it's 3rd down and 7. Indiana converted their previous 3rd down on this drive. Mendoza on 3rd and 7. Looking to throw right side, and that is caught again by Charlie Becker. Another 3rd down conversion for the Hoosiers. Charlie Becker with 2 big 3rd down receptions in this game. It's another one here. And now Miami with 3 timeouts may have to start consider using them here. 4th catch on the night for Becker. 1st down Hoosiers at the 33. This is a handoff to Hemby, and Hemby will have a 1st down. He goes out of bounds right at the 1st down marker. We have hit the 2-minute timeout in Miami. Hoosiers 2 minutes away from bringing a national championship to Bloomington for the first time. Miami with 3 timeouts on defense are going to have to use them here. Two humongous 3rd down conversions on this drive for Indiana. And they are probably 1 1st down away from sealing this one away. So 2 minutes to play. First down, Indiana. Miami going to start using their 3 timeouts on defense here. Indiana needs just one more first down to put this game on ice. Hand off on first down, and there's a gain of 9. Timeout, Miami. That's a gain of 9 for Hemby on first down. Again, Indiana's been able to make the big plays when they've needed them. Second and 1 for Indiana with 1:56 remaining. They get this first down here, and they can run out the clock. And bring a National Football Championship to Bloomington for the first time. Indiana seeking to become just the second team in college football history to go 16-0 in the season. The last time was 132 years ago by Yale. Second and 1. And we've got a stoppage, a flag before. This is going to be a false start on Indiana, so this will make it 2nd and 6. Carter Smith guilty of the false start for Indiana, so now it's 2nd down and 6. Back at the 19. Handoff again to Hemby. This is only going to go for a yard. Second timeout, Miami. So both teams down to 1 timeout. So Indiana has a 3rd down and 5. They are in field goal range, so if they don't make the first down here, of course, they've gone for it a couple times before on 4th down and converted, so who knows what Curt Cignetti would do here. Indiana will have a 3rd down and 5 from the Miami 18. This will be the 10th play of this drive. A first down here would end it. It's a handoff to Black. Will Black get there? He will not. He is stuffed after a gain of 1. Final timeout, Miami. 4th down and 4 coming up for Indiana. So what will Curt Cignetti do? It would be a 35-yard field goal from here. It could put Indiana up 6 and force Miami to need a touchdown with no timeouts. They have gone for it on 4th down twice in this game and have made it both times, but they are going to bring on the field goal unit. This is probably the right call. You make this, you force Miami to beat you with a touchdown with no timeouts. This will be a 35-yard field goal attempt. And Radicic will put it right down the middle to extend the lead to 6 with 1:42 to go. So the Hurricanes will need a touchdown. Drive for Indiana, 11 plays, 57 yards. Took just shy of 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 55 seconds. A Radicic 35-yard field goal extends the Indiana lead to 6. Here's the kickoff. This will be a touchback, so Miami will need to go 75 yards in 102 seconds with no timeouts. Now, of course, in college, under 2 minutes, if you get a first down, the clock stops momentarily to move the chains. Minute 42 is plenty of time. Carson Beck, 16 of 27 tonight, 208 yards. First down, Miami at the 25. That play clock's at 0. And that's going to be a delay of game on Miami. Mario Cristobal doesn't think the play clock got reset, but it's going to be a delay of game. Mario Cristobal is livid on the Miami sideline. He doesn't think the play clock was reset correctly. But now it's 1st and 15 at the 20. Now they have to go 80 yards. On 1st and 15, Beck gets rid of it on a shovel pass just before getting sacked. And the ball falls incomplete. 2nd and 15. Beck just got rid of that before being brought down for the sack. Second and 15 for Miami at the 20. Malachi Tony in motion. Beck takes the snap. On 2nd and 15, throws behind his receiver, incomplete. And Beck took a shot, and he is still down. This is going to be a penalty on Indiana. That's going to be roughing the passer. Beck took a shot. clearly late. Mario Landino guilty of the roughing the passer. So first down, Miami at the 35. The way this game is called now, that is the correct call. Beck on first down, throws short. That's going to be a first down for Miami up to the 46. That will stop the clock to move the chains momentarily. Still plenty of time, 125. First down at the 46. Miami needs a touchdown, down 6. Beck looking, throws, pass is caught into Indiana territory at the 47-yard line. That's a gain of 7. Down to 1 minute. 2nd and 3 at the 47. Beck throws, caught, first down Miami, 41-yard line. Another brief stoppage to move the chains. And we have a timeout, Indiana. That is their last timeout. So both teams out of timeouts with 48 seconds to go. Hurricanes 41 yards away from a game-tying touchdown with the go-ahead extra point to follow. Miami has trailed by 10 points 3 times tonight. They have reset the clock to 51 seconds. First down, Hurricanes at the Indiana 41. Beck throws left side pass, intercepted! And the Hoosiers are going to finish this off. A game-sealing interception. And the Hoosiers, with one kneel down, will bring home the national championship to Bloomington. This is going to be an excessive celebration penalty, but the Hoosiers could care less about that at this point. Jamari Sharp with the game-sealing interception for Indiana. He did get flagged for removing his helmet after the play, but again, Indiana could care less about that at this point. Boy, Beck just threw that too short. He had Marion downfield, but threw it a little short. And Sharp was there for the game-sealing pick. And Mendoza with the kneel down. He may have to do that one more time. Play clock is 2 seconds ahead of the game clock, so he will have to take one more knee. But he can't really take a knee because he's in the end zone, so he will just get it out of there. The Indiana Hoosiers are national champions, 27-21 over Miami. The first national championship in football in school history for Indiana. Wow. And Kurt Cignetti, in his second year at Indiana, leads the Hoosiers to the top of the college football world. A 16-0 season for Indiana, with a 27-21 win in the national championship game over Miami. Run down the final stats real quick. Miami actually ended up outgaining Indiana in the end, 342-318. But it was a big 13-minute time of possession advantage for Indiana in this game. One turnover in the game, and it was the game-sealing interception. With 44 seconds to go, Miami penalized 7 times for 60 yards. Indiana penalized 5 times for 38 yards. Fernando Mendoza in this game, 16 of 27, 186 yards. Found 5 different receivers. Omar Cooper Jr., 5 catches, 71 yards. Charlie Becker, 4 catches, 65 yards. Elijah Surratt, quiet game for him, but 3 catches, 28 yards. Riley Nowakowski, 2 catches, 17 yards. And Roman Hemby, 2 catches for 5 yards. Running the ball, Roman Hemby, 19 carries for 60 yards. Kalon Black, 17 carries for 79 yards. Riley Nowakowski, 1 1-yard rush, but it was a rushing touchdown. Fernando Mendoza with a rushing touchdown. Meanwhile, for Miami, Carson Beck, 19 of 32, 232 yards, 1 touchdown, but the interception at the end of the game when Miami was trying to drive down to tie and possibly go ahead with the extra point. Malachi Toney, his leading receiver, 10 catches, 122 yards, and a touchdown. C.J. Daniels, 4 catches, 62 yards, 1 catch apiece for Alex Bauman, Charmar Brown, Mark Fletcher Jr., Keelan Marion, and Joshua Moore. Running the football, Mark Fletcher, 17 carries, 112 yards, 2 touchdowns. What a night for Fletcher. Falls a little bit short. As Indiana wins the championship, 27-21, they defeat Miami. And the Hoosiers are national champions in football for the first time in school history. And they now hold the claim to fame of being the school that owns a football and basketball national championships with 2 teams that were undefeated on those particular championships. Indiana 16-0 in football this year, and of course that Indiana basketball team back in '76 that went undefeated. Indiana takes the title, 27-21 over Miami. That's going to wrap it up here on the live stream. My name is John, Sports Bonanza John on YouTube. If you like my content, really would appreciate a like and subscribe. Also on Kick tonight, you can follow me there. at Sports Kick John. You can also follow me on Twitch at Sport Guru John. I've got some content there. Again, tentative schedule. This is not locked in, but I would like to try to get on tomorrow night for a college basketball live stream and see the newly ranked Miami of Ohio Redhawks 19-0 on the season, traveling to Kent, Ohio to take on Kent State. That is a 7 o'clock Eastern time tip tomorrow. Again, that is tentative at this point. But if my work schedule cooperates, that is the tentative plan to bring you 25th ranked Miami of Ohio and Kent State. Some college basketball action tomorrow. Appreciate you joining me. It was a doozy in the national championship game with Indiana winning 27-21. Indiana Hoosiers, your 2026 college football national champions. Appreciate you joining in and hope to talk to you tomorrow night on a live stream. Good night, everybody. God bless.